fences in this year. So just try to let's hit a couple of home runs next year to keep people interested.
Maybe Jason Bay could actually hit a couple of home runs. Wouldn't that be
yeah,
nice?
Sure.
But with Ike Davis coming back, and just if they have a little luck instead of always having
Anthony,
bad
what more
luck.
could happen to us? I mean, we're the only people in the world. The guy puts on the Met uniform, and all of a sudden somebody backs up into them. They're out for a year. Somebody runs into a wall. They can't play anymore.
It really is amazing.
It's amazing. I have no idea what it is.
The amazing Mets.
You know, Joe, we want to give out the blog, and maybe you can just tell us, how you started it, and really at this point, it's mymetsjournal.blogspot.com.
Right.
And I think you just started it because, as a labor of love. But now you have thousands of people every day go over to that site to see what you are going to create after the game.
Yeah, it's really amazing. I mean, I did start it just, really for myself. It really wasn't for the world. And the reason I blogged it is I have started this journal 10 times, trying to journal a whole Met season. And then somewhere a couple of months into the season, I just get so frustrated. You don't feel like painting lost pictures, 5 days in a row, 6 days in a row.
Not the same.
So I would just go, you know what, tomorrow, if they win tomorrow, I'll do a drawing tomorrow. If they win tomorrow, and then you never get back to it. Once you get behind 10 games, you never catch up.
Right.
So I would shelve the books. So then I go see this movie with my wife called Julie and Julia, which is about a woman who blogs. She cooks Julia Child's recipes and blogs them. So I said, you know what, that's a good idea. People follow my artwork for Elvis and Muhammad Ali online. Maybe if they follow my journal, if I miss a game, they'll come out and go, hey, Joe, you missed a game, and it'll spur me on to finish the book. Mm-hmm. So that's the only reason I did it. I did it, and I posted it, and all of a sudden, 10 people started coming on, 100 people started coming on a day. Then all of a sudden, it was 1,000 people, 2,000 people, 3,000. I get between 5,000 and 10,000 hits a day on the site now.
Wow.
So it's great because it put me I started my own little Met community. It's so nice. And you know what? The Met fans, even, Yankee fans even come out there too to my blog because every now and then, whether you love them or not, when they hit a milestone or when something like when George passed away, I did a painting of George and put it in the journal in respect to George. When Jeter Jeter got his 3,000th hit, I paid homage to Jeter with a painting of Jeter getting his 3,000th hit. So I do capture the Yankees every now and then.
Joe, I like to use the expression universal appeal, and that's what you have. And you were interviewed by ESPN.com, a gentleman by the name of Paul Lucas, and he said that your style on these blogs remind him a lot of the classical sports cartoonist Bill Gallo.
Yeah,
and it really, it really does, because you are more than just an artist, because then you're coming up with captions, you're coming up with catchphrases, and you're really giving opinions. So you really are a columnist and a cartoonist all wrapped up into one, kind of just like Bill Gallo.
I never really kind of felt that way, but after doing it every single day, it's like you almost have to train yourself. You have to think of a headline, like you're writing the back page of the Post or the News, and then you have to write a little story with it, and you have to kind of have your opinion, So sometimes it holds me back, but I usually, it slows me down a little bit because I'm like, I don't know if I really want to say this, or you know what, I'll do it anyway. And it's for me.
Joe, it's Anthony. Are you also on Twitter? Because me and my son are addicted to Twitter.
Yes, I'm on Twitter. On Twitter, I'm Rock and Roll Artist.
Oh, all right.
Because I started Twitter with just, the thing that I'm probably most known for up until now was my Elvis artwork. And I do a lot of art for a lot of rock and roll artists, a lot of groups. So that's why my name on Twitter is Rock and Roll Artist, all one word.
We'll check that out.
We'll go over to G7, if you will, Vinny, and another one of your blogs from your Met blog, and when Carlos Beltran was traded.
Yeah. It was kind of a bittersweet day.
Right.
I thought, Carlos, I guess he gave us his best. He never really panned out to be what he was in the playoffs before we got him. But I wanted to do something that, showed like almost a passing of the torch, so I have him there standing on, looking on for the new rookie coming on to pitch for the Mets.
We're going to go over to our next graphic. And this was from the New York Times, but this was, I believe it's kind of like the cover page for the entire season. And this was your theme. My Mets Journal, you had 2011 Mets. This year we're going for broke. And Joe, it's really priceless.
Like that.
Because if you look at it really closely, Mr. Met is wearing a jacket that is very reminiscent to the one that Bernie Madoff was wearing in that picture where he gets pushed by the photographer.
Right. Exactly.
So that is priceless, Joe. It really is.
That's a nice job.
Thanks. Yeah, I love that drawing.
Yeah.
I had a great time. I was trying to think, what would sum up this season without really knowing the outcome of it? What would hold up over the whole season if I had to make a statement about what the season's going to be about? And I guess going for broke really paid off in the end.
That says it all.
Watching the way we're watching Reyes leave now, or maybe leave, or whatever. I guess we did go for broke.
The Mets are searching for ownership. We're going to go over to our next graphic, and it's a picture of Jerry Seinfeld, and he's also along with Larry David. He's at the Met game, and interestingly enough, he's such a devout Met fan that he goes to spring training every year. And Joe, he just named his family dog Jose. And he told Letterman, he says, well, we may lose the real Jose, but at least I'm trying to keep a Jose in the family. And he said the idea came from his wife, but that's how big of a Met fan he is. And what about him buying the Mets, Joe? What do you think of that? He's got enough money, him and Larry David?
Yeah, I would love it. I would love anybody to buy the Mets. Anybody who's willing to spend some money.
But Joe, didn't they announce that plan that they want to have like 20 different $10 million,
Yes. Yeah, I don't know how that would work out. I think we've been run by committee too many years. I think, let's just get one guy in here to buy this team.
I agree.
There's a commercial that's on the Met game all the time, and it's on just about any place you go on the dial. And I thought this would be a perfect Jerry Seinfeld-ism. Did you ever hear the commercial, 1877 cars for kids?
Oh, yeah.
I said, I'd like to somehow get a hold of Jerry Seinfeld and say, Jerry, we got a piece of material for you, because this would be perfect for his observation. He'd go, hey, who are these people giving cars to kids? It sounds dangerous.
We don't want a bunch of kids driving cars.
What's next? 1877 sharp knives for kids?
His type of observation.
What's next?
That's great.
What's next? Nuclear weapons for kids? But anyway.